be doing the rollover today. Exciting. When you're ready, you sit onto the front of your mat so that you have space behind you, nothing underneath your head. You're going to begin by doing a couple of rollbacks, a couple of assisted rollbacks, just to start to get that sense that the spine can move. Hands behind your thighs. You're going to sit up tall, take an inhale, and on the exhale, tip off the backs of those sit bones. Feel the feet come along for the ride. As you start to roll onto the floor, feeling the head, neck, and shoulders meet the ground. Rocking out side to side. Then send the thigh bones forward into the hands. Pick up through the back of the head. Gaze is forward between the thighs. Feet go down towards the ground. And you're sitting up tall from the pelvis, the ribs, the shoulders, the head. Now from here, we're going to look at it from a rolling like a ball perspective. So, a bit of a balanced scenario. You're going to bring one leg up and then the other. You're tipped off the backs of the sit bones. Hands are placed on the thighs, looking down towards that pubic bone. You're going to inhale and exhale to roll back. Inhale to roll up. Exhale to roll back. Inhale to roll up. Exhale to roll back. Inhale to roll up. Make sure you're always looking down towards your pubic bone at this point and the head isn't touching the ground. We'll do that one more time. And roll up. Now, having your arms down by your side, we're going to look at catching ourselves with our arms to almost slow time down and suspend in air, okay? So inhale, roll back, exhale, come back up. Inhale, exhale. I'm maintaining that space of my knees and my thighs away from my chest, and I'm still looking down towards my pubic bone. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay with my legs overhead. And here's that rollover. Nodding out the head gently side to side to make sure there's no tension in the neck. I'm not pressing down into the head too much. There's a nice equal distribution of using the arms and the back of the upper ribs and shoulders on the floor here. Now I'm going to open and extend the backs of the legs. And I'm just going to start to play with, what if I were to roll that rib cage down towards the ground a bit? If my head feels like it comes up, bend the knees, just give my system a little bit more slack. Okay? And then from here, keeping the head on the floor, I am going to start to return the upper ribs, the mid ribs, the lower ribs, the lower back, all the way down towards the ground. Now when I'm doing that, I'm really inviting the arms to press into the floor. It's a balance, it's a dance. You have to have the arms engaged into the ground, otherwise they do that clawing action, and you're just going to get even more tension in your neck. It's not going to feel right, it's not going to feel good. You want to feel the length, the connection, the strength of where front of body meets back of body. I'm going to modify this by placing my hands into my thighs, come back up to a seated position, and look at it from that rolling like a ball perspective. And then you can progress it from there, from maintaining the back of the body on the ground. We'll go through that. So, hands down by the sides, out by the sides. Bring one leg up into a balance, followed by the next. Legs together this time. Roll onto the back of the body, catch yourself with your arms. Open and extend the backs of the legs. If you want, you can have them bent. Press the backs of the arms down, having them slightly separated out to the sides, almost like the shape of a tree with the arms. My gaze now is looking between my thighs up towards the ceiling. I'm going to maintain my gaze up towards the ceiling now as I return the spine back down to the ground, reaching through the toes, feeling that length through the body as I unfold front and body down the ground. Now here's the progression. Rather than doing it from rolling like a ball, I'm going to send my legs up and overhead, send my sit bones up. Now, you can practice with just a little bit of lifts, okay? A little bit of momentum until you develop a sense of natural movement. Not just natural movement, but that sense of it feels okay, this feels great. You're curious, okay? You're not apprehensive. When you have that sense of curiosity, then you can slow down with timing, you can challenge the exercise and switch it up. If you're there, reach the toes up toward the ceiling, start to dart them to where the wall meets the ceiling, keeping your gaze up above on the ceiling, pressing down through the arms and sending the legs up and overhead. This is a wave-like motion now. The sit bones are following the motion of the hamstrings and the toes. Once again, nothing unduly pressing through the back of the head. I have a nice sense of space actually there. I can even rock my head gently side to side, just gently. And then I'm going to play with sending my legs up towards the ceiling. A little bit more space, a little bit more core control required for that. I'll find a point where there's a tipping point where my sit bones and glutes feel kind of switched on with the direction of my legs. That's a fun place. You can always modify it by bending the knees. But if you're here, let's go ahead and return the spine back down towards the ground. Breathing, inhale, exhaling, and then hugging the knees in towards your chest and rock out side to side. Oh, lovely. First time I've done that postpartum. A long time. Feels good. Roll to your side. Push yourself up. Feel ready for the day.